Roderick, can you explain what you're doing in this photo?
That's not me.
That's not you?
Nope.
Okay. How about these?
Hey everyone! I did not expect to be making this video, but someone I know reviewed a movie called Diary of a Wimpy Kid freshman year on Letterboxd. I had no idea what this was, so I looked into it and found out that some high schoolers came together to make a fan film inspired by Jeff Kinney's books. My most popular video on my channel was my Diary of a Wimpy Kid long haul review from a long time ago, so I thought it might be fitting to do a new video on this Wimpy Kid fan film. I'm usually not into fan films, as they usually don't understand the source material very well and just feel like crappy fan fiction. This movie doesn't feel like that though. This is one of the best fan films I've ever seen. It's 30 minutes long, and I expected a simple continuation of Jeff Kinney's world, but this movie goes a lot deeper than that. Without spoiling anything, the movie starts off like a normal Wimpy Kid movie, aside from the fact that Jeff Kinney himself shows up as a character. The premise is that Jeff Kinney is washed up after making the same book over and over for 20 years, so he decides he finally wants to get Greg Heffley into high school and write a story without any creative boundaries. I've always wanted a Wimpy Kid book that had Greg getting older rather than staying in middle school forever, and this film delivers on that front, and there's a lot of adult stuff in it. The production value of this movie is insanely high. I have no idea how high schoolers were able to put together such a high quality production. I mean, when I was in high school, I made this shit.
Oh, shut up! Would you help me find Lorian? I'll give you a carrot or something.
Now I'm a senior in film school, and I still think this movie is better than anything I've ever made. One of the things I was most impressed by was the scale of the film. Luke Seals, the director, must have had a lot of great connections because there are a lot of large-scale scenes with a lot of extras, and all the actors are genuinely really good. Isaac Skidmore does a really good Greg Heffley and fully embraces the sociopath side of that character. The guy who plays Rowley feels like a very accurate portrayal of what Rowley would have turned out like in high school, and he embodies everything Greg wishes he could be, forming a lot of jealousy from Greg. I'm very attached to Devin Bostick as Roderick, so I've kind of hated the fact that he's been recasted over and over, but this Roderick does a really good job. I genuinely got Fight Club vibes with this movie, with Roderick encouraging Greg to do bad things, and Rowley embodying all the things that Greg wanted to be. And there's even original songs made by the guy who plays Roderick, and they're actually good. It's insane. The animation and editing is just as good as the original trilogy of films. I don't know how they did it. That's another thing. This movie references the original 3 Diary of a Wimpy Kid films quite a bit. For me, those are by far the best incarnations of Wimpy Kid on film, so I'm glad they referenced the good Wimpy Kid films as opposed to the others that we don't talk about. I guess in terms of flaws, I would say I would have liked to see more of Greg's family in the movie. We don't see Greg's dad or Manny throughout the film, and there's a good reason for that. But if I were to nitpick, it wouldn't have been bad to see those characters show up at least once. There's also some dubbing that was very noticeable in like one scene. It only happens once, and it's still way better than the dubbing that Ralph Seppi had in Golden Hour, but I still noticed it. I also would have loved to see more of Jeff Kinney in the movie. The guy who plays him was excellent, and I found myself wanting more of him when the film concluded. Honestly, these are all nitpicks though, and there isn't much I would change about this movie. It's super good. I've been frustrated with the current state of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid franchise for a long time, and I feel like Jeff Kinney is just telling the same story over and over again without doing anything creative or new. I stopped reading after book 11. There's no progression anymore, it's just the same old thing again and again. So it was amazing to see this fan film do something so vastly different and experimental that actually moved the franchise forward rather than backward. I was also kind of reminded of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared or Too Many Cooks, you know, those short films where the movie starts off fairly innocent and then eventually becomes absolutely insane. Huge congratulations to everyone involved. By the time I'm recording this, this movie got removed from YouTube, but I believe it's still visible on their Patreon. So if it does go up on YouTube, I will put that link in the description of this video, but if not, it'll have the Patreon link, because these guys deserve your support. Thanks for watching, everyone. I made a short film in 2021. Check it out by clicking the link in the description. I'm also working on a Christmas movie, and I have an Instagram and Facebook account for that project, so go on over and follow it. Also in the description. Thanks, everyone.